We will have a class on Postal Manual Volume 7. Basically, it is about RMS, and this class will be useful for the GDS who are appearing for postman examination and MTS who are appearing for the postman examination. And this whole class will be exclusive for the coming postman examination, and full syllabus will be covered, and this will be only basically about the notes and class covering the entire syllabus. ఈ రోజు మనము GDS to postman గానీ MTS to postman గానీ ఎగ్జామినేషన్కి ప్రిపేర్ అయ్యే వాళ్ళ కోసము వాల్యూమ్ 7కి సంబంధించినటువంటి క్లాసెస్ చెప్పమని అడిగారు. ఆ క్లాస్ ఈరోజు కండక్ట్ చేయబోతున్నాం అనమాట. స్టే ట్యూన్ టిల్ ద ఎండ్. First of all, let us see what is the contents of the syllabus in volume 7, Postal Manual volume 7. And there will be some 5 questions. Each question carries 2 marks, and total 10 marks will be there for the Postal Manual volume 7 for postman examination from GDS to postman. First of all, there is in the syllabus, it deals about the stamps and seals in RMS, that is rule 20, and portfolio and its contents, that is rule 22, stationery and rule 23, and preparation of daily account rule 28, mail abstract rule 39, exchange of mails rule 40, KHDB rule 41, disposal of mails addressed to section or mail office rule 42, closing of transit bags rule 45, duties and responsibilities of mail guard agent rule 105, final duties before quitting van or office rule 115, A order and B order rule 137 of volume 7, and volume 5 46 and 47 rules also. These are the topics that we are going to cover. ఇవన్నీ కూడా చూద్దామండి. Now let us see some form numbers. First is the daily report MS 83. Next one is the mail spion, that is MS 28. Then coming to the syllabus, first of all we should see the rule 20, stamps and seals in volume 7. Every set is supplied with the following stamps and seals. One is the date stamp, second one is the name stamp, third one is the date seal, and the fourth one is the detained late fee not paid stamp. We all know, we have seen in the volume 5 chapter, volume 5 video, that detained late fee not paid will be used at the time when the article is posted in a letter box or presented in the counter, when late fee is not paid, but within the time limit that is allowed for posting the article with late fee. ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే మనకి ఎవ్రీ సెట్కి మనకి స్టాంప్స్ సీల్స్ ఉంటాయి. అవి ఏంటన్నమాట, డేట్ స్టాంపు, నేమ్ స్టాంపు, డేట్ సీల్ ఉంటుంది, అంటే సీల్ అనమాట బేసిక్గా. అది కాకుండా మనకి కొంచెం ఎంతగా కనపడేది ఏంటంటే డీటైన్డ్ లేట్ ఫీ నాట్ పెయిడ్ అనేటువంటి ఒక స్టాంప్ కూడా ఉంటుంది అనమాట. ఇది ఆర్ఎంఎస్ సంబంధించిన వాల్యూమ్ 7 అంతా కూడా ఆర్ఎంఎస్ సంబంధించినటువంటి పోర్షన్ కాబట్టి మనం ఇక్కడ మాట్లాడుకునే అన్ని కూడా ఆర్ఎంఎస్ గురించి అనే విషయాన్ని గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి మనం. Next one is each set of the sorting mail office is further supplied with an insurance seal. Okay, every sorting mail office, that means what is the mail office? Mail office is where sorting takes place. So where you will find sorting assistants, head sorting assistant, these persons will be available in a mail office, and there you find a mail guard, there will be a mail agent. Mail guard is equivalent to the cadre of postman in our department of post in the post office environment. And here each set is provided with the sorting mail office is further supplied with the insurance seal, and is enclosed in a box provided with lock and key. It will be kept in lock and key, and the insurance seal must always remain in the possession of HSA, head sorting assistant. HSA means head sorting assistant. Head sorting assistant అంటే ఎవరండి? ఆయన ఉన్న సార్టింగ్ అసిస్టెంట్స్ చాలా మంది ఉంటారు. ఒకళ్ళు పార్సల్ చేస్తారు, ఒకళ్ళు రిజిస్టర్ చేస్తారు, ఒకళ్ళు ఇన్సూరెన్స్ చేస్తారు, ఒకళ్ళు ఆర్డినరీ చేస్తుంటారు, వీళ్ళందరినీ సార్టింగ్ అసిస్టెంట్స్ అంటారు పిఏ క్యాడర్లో మనకి ఇక్కడ. అలాగే ఆర్ఎంఎస్లో అనమాట సార్టింగ్ అసిస్టెంట్ అంటారు, పిఏ పోస్టల్ అసిస్టెంట్ బదులు సార్టింగ్ అసిస్టెంట్ అంటారు అక్కడ. క్లినికల్ క్యాడర్ అది యాక్చువల్గా. వాళ్ళల్లో ఈ సార్టింగ్ అసిస్టెంట్లో ఒక హెడ్ ఉంటారు, వాళ్ళనే హెడ్ సార్టింగ్ అసిస్టెంట్ అంటారు. The head of these all the sorting assistants in a set is called head sorting assistant. Generally RMS lo we find set A, set B, like that. Those sorting in each set there will be some 8 to 10 or depending on the volume of that set, volume receipt of that set, there will be number of people allotted in a set memo by the record officer. Here you should understand that there will be two types of office. One is record office. Record office is nothing but an administrative office actually for the HS, for the mail office, where administrative office is generally the divisional office where superintendent of RMS will be sitting, and there will be some OS in the RMS. And apart from that there will be sub record office or head record office. Head record office is where it is similar to our head post office, where accounts will be there and where salaries will be drawn by the HRO, that is the head record officer. There will be SROs also, that is sub record offices in a smaller units, where their work papers will be kept. Work paper means all the mail list, parcel list, register abstract, and all these things are called work papers in RMS environment. I am giving just a brief of the RMS so that you can understand quickly whenever I proceed with the class. And this work paper, once that work paper is over, once the work is over, the work paper, that means the entire records of the set will be sent to the record office. They will preserve these records there, and whenever there is a complaint regarding a non-receipt of article or such thing, this work paper will be checked up in the sub record office. So that record office work is basically keeping the work paper there and issuing set memo. That means who are all should come to the set during the night or day. There will be day set or night sets also, depending on the requirement. The number of people will be decided by the SRO based on the justification that it will be decided, and a set memo will be issued, and in that set memo who are all working will be included. Okay, this is basic structure. And the insurance seal will be should always be kept with the HSA only. And who will be held responsible for its safe custody? Who will be held responsible for safe custody? And ganaka question is it will be HSA. Next one, where insurance seal will be used? It is used for tying the insurance bags. Okay, for preparing the insurance bags. Insurance parcels unte aa bags kattaniki insurance seal vaadtaru. With each date stamp and seal is supplied a type box. Okay, along with the date stamp and the date seal, what will be supplied? A type box will be supplied. As you can see in every post office, even if it is a branch office or a sub office or head office, you will find a type box. Type means what? Date types. There will be date types, seal types will be there. That impression will be taken daily. Okay. For keeping those date types, a type box will be provided. In addition to the date stamp, name stamp, date seal, and the detained late fee not paid stamp. Okay. And on the lid of which is painted the designation of the section. So there will be a box, and the box there will be lid. That means it is a opener. Whenever you open, whenever you close the box, you can see that this type box belongs to some section, and the name of the section will be written there, and the office also will be written there, and the number of the set, that means RMS set 2, set 1, set 3A, like that. There will be different sets based on the requirement of staff on a regular basis. So that set number will be written, that office name will be written. If it is a section, that section name will be written. For example, what is an mail office, what is a section, what is the difference between them is, section will be, it is just one mail guard, one mail agent will be MTS will be there in a railway in a rail bogie, in which we carry the mails from one destination to other destination. For example, from Vijayawada to Chennai, there may be a section. So in that that bogie will be reserved for our postal purposes, wherein the articles, wherein the bags will be conveyed from one place to the other place. Okay, that is called section. That means some berths will be allotted for us. Some 40 berths or 60 seats will be allotted for us. Or sometimes a full bogie will also be allotted, so that two doors can be used for mail bags exchange. Okay, if some 40 seats are allotted, then only one door we can use for exchange of mails, either downloading of mails or uploading of mails in a certain location in a moving in a train. Okay, like that. And this type boxes containing the type not in use, that means whenever these type boxes are in use, it will be with the set. Whenever they are not in use, this type boxes containing the type not in use and name stamps are kept in the record offices. So whenever this they are not put in use, they are kept in the record office. There is an exception for this. That means జనరల్గా టైప్ బాక్సెస్లో మనం ఈ డేట్ స్టాంపు, డేట్ సీలు, టైప్లు పెడతారు. ఎక్కడైతే టైప్ బాక్సెస్ వాడాల్సిన అవసరం లేదో, టైప్ బాక్సెస్ వాడట్లేదో ఆ పర్టికులర్ టైంలో, అది ఏం చేస్తారు, దాన్ని తీసుకెళ్లి రికార్డ్ ఆఫీస్లో భద్రపరుస్తారు అనమాట. అవసరం ఉన్నప్పుడు వాడుకుంటారు, లేనప్పుడు తీసుకెళ్లి రికార్డ్ ఆఫీస్లో భద్రపరుస్తారు. ఒక్కొక్కసారి రికార్డ్ ఆఫీస్ విల్ బి ఇన్ ద సేమ్ లొకేషన్ ఆఫ్ మెయిల్ ఆఫీస్. సమ్ టైమ్స్ రికార్డ్ ఆఫీస్ విల్ బి ఇన్ a different location also. It depends అనమాట. ఓకే, this RMS locations, they will generally be in the railway stations, one of the platforms. Generally platform 1 will be allotted, and some in major stations, if it is not possible, they will give another platform also. Whenever these type boxes are not in use, they will be kept in the record office. There will be exception. Those offices and sections, the staff of which are exempt from RO attendance, that will not be kept in the record office. See, in some offices or in some sections, all the staff will be exempted from RO attendance. That means if the RO is in some different location, they will, RO means here record office. Okay, record office. RO means record office. Don't think it is a regional office. It is record office. All the in some sections or offices, RO attendance is not compulsory. They are exempted from RO attendance. In such a case, that type boxes, when it is in use or not, when they are not in use, that will be kept in the set only. Okay, ఎక్కడైతే రికార్డ్ ఆఫీస్ అటెండెన్స్ ఉండదో, ఈ కొన్ని సెక్షన్స్కి, కొన్ని ఆఫీసెస్కి ఉండదండి. అలాంటప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది అనమాట, సెట్ బాక్స్ కూడా ఆ సెక్షన్లోనే లేకపోతే ఆ మెయిల్ ఆఫీస్లోనే ఉంటుంది అనమాట. ఓకేనండి. నోట్: in addition, a special date seals are supplied to the registration and parcel department. అంటే రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ పార్సల్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ కి స్పెషల్ డేట్ సీల్స్ ఇవ్వటం జరుగుతుంది అనమాట, రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ పార్సల్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్స్ కి. when there are separate registration and parcel sorting assistants, and to the mails department of the sorting mail office, where duties connected with exchange of mails are performed by an official other than the head sorting assistant. What you have to observe is that special date seals will be also be provided. When they will be provided, when the registration and they will be provided to the registration and parcel departments. When they will be provided when separate registration sorting assistant or parcel sorting assistant is available. అంటే సపరేట్గా ఆర్ఎల్ సార్టింగ్ అసిస్టెంట్ లేదా పార్సల్ సార్టింగ్ అసిస్టెంట్ సపరేట్గా ఉంటే కనుక అప్పుడు వాళ్ళకి స్పెషల్ డేట్ సీల్స్ అనేటువంటిది ఇవ్వటం జరుగుతుంది. అంటే ఆర్ అని ఉంటుంది, లేకపోతే పి అని, పార్సల్ అని ఉంటుంది అనమాట. ఇదే కాకుండా అపార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ దిస్, మెయిల్స్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ విల్ ఆల్సో బి గివెన్ ఎ స్పెషల్ డేట్ సీల్ if the sorting mail office, in a sorting mail office, where duties connected to exchange of mails are performed by another official other than the head sorting assistant. Generally the mail exchange will be supervised by the head sorting assistant. Say suppose if it is not done by the HSA, in such a case it will be entrusted to some other sorting assistant. In such cases also special date seals will be provided. జనరల్గా ఏంటంటే మెయిల్ ఎక్స్చేంజెస్ అనేటువంటివి హెచ్ఎస్ఏ చేస్తారు. హెచ్ఎస్ఏ చేయనప్పుడు హెచ్ఎస్ఏ సూపర్విజన్లో జరుగుతాయి. అలా జరగనప్పుడు వేరే అఫీషియల్ ఎవరైతే ఎంట్రస్ట్ చేస్తారో ఆ అఫీషియల్ దగ్గర వాడటానికి హెచ్ఎస్ఏ ఉన్నప్పుడు స్పెషల్ డేట్ సీల్ అవసరం లేదు. అప్పుడు హెచ్ఎస్ఏ లేకపోతే మటుకి స్పెషల్ డేట్ సీల్ అనేటువంటిది అక్కడ ప్రొవైడ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది అనమాట. ఓకే. Also, detained late fee not paid stamp is supplied to mail offices and sections which deal with letterbox clearance. That means wherever there is a letterbox clearance, that means whenever an article is posted without late fee, then this stamp will be impressed and will be included in the next dispatch, not immediate dispatch. It will be included in the next dispatch. Okay. Why? Because late fee is not paid. So they are called as too late letters. They are called as too late letters. When the late fee is not paid, that they are called as too late letters. When late fee is paid, they are called as late letters, and they will be dispatched immediately in the immediate dispatch. But too late letters, they will be dispatched on the next dispatch. Okay. Whenever there is a letterbox clearance facility is there, then this stamp will also be provided. Why? Because to deal with the late letters and too late letters. To deal with the too late letters, this is provided. Now let us see the portfolio and its contents. Okay. Here you can find this. What is portfolio? Let us see first. Each set of the section is supplied with a portfolio. Each set of the section is supplied with a portfolio provided with a lock and key. Here you can find the lock and key also. Here there will be a lock and key and bearing the designation of the section. See here you can find the designation of the section here, which some RMSY division are such that, and the set number to which it belongs to painted on it. There will be a set number also, Y33 something it is here. There will be the section name and set number also written on the portfolio. Generally, what is a portfolio? Generally, it is a bag or a box. Recently, they are using boxes for their convenience to place all the material relating to the section. What is a section? It is a place or a bogie or a place in the train where the bags are conveyed. And one mail agent or one MTS or two MTSs as per requirement, and one mail guard will be there who will be guarding the bags placed in the exchanged in the train. That is exchanged in the train or through the section. Section is basically the bogie of the train in which our bags will be placed. Okay, you understood right now? And there will be a portfolio. What is portfolio? This box itself is called portfolio. Sometimes they will use bags. Earlier they used it, in olden days they used to use a bag, and on that they used to paint the section number and section and the number of the set also they used to paint. Now they are using boxes like this. And what are the contents we will see later. Here there is a poker, there is a tweezer, okay, and you find the different items in the portfolio. That means all the material required for a section to operate in the train will be given there. Okay. What are the contents we will see? Portfolio and its contents. In the portfolio should be carried Acme covers, wax heater. That means there will be wax for heating the wax to make seals. There will be a wax heater. Bundles of work papers will be there. That means mail lists, whatever other lists are required, that will be there. Due mail list will be there to exchange the bags according to the due mail list. Stamps and seals will be there. MDW, that is memo of distribution of work, will be there. And writing materials will be there. Error book will also be available. Box of safety matches will be there. Okay, to seal. Okay, carbolic soap cakes to wash their hands after sealing, and First aid box also will be there if required, and it can be used if required, it can be used. So first aid box also will be placed. An order book will be there, because whenever there is a visit by a senior officers, inspector or an superintendent of RMS or any PMG or DPS or any officer can visit this section and conduct inspection also. So that order book will also be there. Some duster, some book of service message forms. This is not available right now because telegraph message code also will not be available. This service message forms also will not be available, because that has been abolished. It's a telegraph service. Ink pad with a tin case will be there for impressing the date stamp or seals. Parrot build scissors, that means parrot shaped scissors will be there. And type tweezers. What are type tweezers? Here this is called forceps, we can say in English, Sravanam in Telugu. This is chimta in Hindi. That means patakar antaram kada Telugulo, Sravanam patakar antam manu. A type nu pattukuntaru anamata. That is called tweezer in English. A pen will be there, knife will be there, brass files will be there for papers, and poker. You can see the poker here to file a paper in the files provided there, and rubber stamping pad also will be available. Some carbon papers also you can see here. Jute twine is also available. Normal twine is there, jute twine is there, some clips are available. So these are all the basically the materials available in a portfolio, useful for the section to operate, to exchange the mails. They will have to get a signature of the mail agent whenever they are giving the mail bags, handing over the mail bags. As the train moves, different destinations will be coming, and in each destination they will be downloading the bags, they will be receiving the bags, and for that they may have to take the signature of the mail agent in that particular station. For that a mail list will be there. So all these things they will keep in the section that is called portfolio. Okay, that box is called portfolio. And type boxes and type stamps will be carried only those sections exempt from RO attendance. So type boxes and stamps, whenever there is an RO attendance, they will not be given these two things. They will be given only for whom this record office attendance is exempted. They will be given this type boxes and type stamps. Okay. Now let us see. The portfolio will always remain in the personal custody of the head sorting assistant. This will be a question. Head sorting assistant or mail guard. Okay. There may be different options. Okay. They will give record officer, superintendent, ASRM like that. Under whose custody? Personal custody, this portfolio should remain. That is the question. Who will be responsible for its safe custody, and to enable him to do so, the means for locking up and securing the portfolio will be provided both at headquarters and outstation. So there will be a locking arrangement both when he is at headquarters or he is in the outstation. This will always have a lock and key provided for the head sorting assistant, who will be responsible for its safe custody. So it will remain under the safe custody of HSA or a mail guard. Okay. In a sealed bag should be carried. So there will be also a sealed bag apart from the portfolio. What does it sealed bag contains? A sweeping brush will be there to sweep the compartment, or to sweep the unnecessary things available there at the time of bags preparation. And labels for bags, to tie the labels for the bags, labels also will be there. Late fee notice board will be available. Okay, and jute twine will be available, as you have seen earlier. Ball twine also you have seen. The seal holders and wooden blocks also will be available. Means to place the seals and there will be wooden box. To place the types, there will also be wooden box. Sealing wax will be there, and stamp brush and covers will also be available. Rule 22.5, both at headquarters and outstations, the portfolio, the sack bag. The sack bag means that is the sealed bag. Sack bag means which contains empty bags. That means packet bags. Empty bags anna okate, packet bags anna okate, danni sack bag anna okate. Okay andi. దీస్ ఆర్ ది అంటే ఒక ఎంటీ బ్యాగ్స్ అన్ని కూడా కట్టేసేసి ఒక బ్యాగ్ లో పెడతారు, దాన్ని సాక్ బ్యాగ్ అంటారు లేకపోతే ప్యాకెట్ బ్యాగ్ అంటారు. ఓకే, అండ్ బోత్ అట్ హెడ్ క్వార్టర్స్ అండ్ అవుట్ స్టేషన్స్, the portfolio, the sack bag containing empty bags for use of the section with mails, and those are returned to the head record office. Okay, these empty bags, whenever it is finished, it will be sent to the record office. Otherwise, they will be put it in a sack bag, and the sealed bag referred to in 4A. That means this is the sealed bag. That is, it contains the brush, labels, notice board, jute, twine, and these things will be there in that sealed bag. And the sealed bag will be dispatched to and received from the mail of or record or post offices by the set of the section concerned with a remark on the mail list. So the portfolio, the sealed bag or this, and the sack bag. There will be three types. One is portfolio. The second one is the sack bag containing empty bags or packet bags, and then the third one is the sealed bag containing the brushes, labels, and twine and all these things. These three will be noted in the remarks column of the mail list and incorporated, and they will be exchanged with the mail, record, and post offices wherever it is required. These entries should not, however, be included in the total struck at the foot of the mail list. There will be totals in the mail list, and this should not be included in the mail list. This will be separately noted at the separate entry will be made in the mail list. Okay. Next one, stationery. So whenever there is every mail office or record office, they need some stationery for the set to operate, to function. RMS, they need stationery for stationery means papers and other things also. The stationery rate list issued by the superintendent. This is important. Who will issue the stationery rate list? They will ask. That is RMS superintendent. Okay, RMS superintendent. Shows the quantity or number of articles. So the number of articles of stationery to be supplied to each set of every section or mail office in the division. That is the stationery list. Stationery list అంటే ఏంటనమాట, ఆర్ఎంఎస్ సూపరింటెండెంట్ గారు ఇష్యూ చేస్తారు స్టేషనరీ రేట్ లిస్ట్ అనేటువంటిది. అందులో ఏముంటుంది, ఎన్ని ఆర్టికల్స్ ఆఫ్ స్టేషనరీ అంటే ఇక్కడ మెయిల్ లిస్టులు ఎన్ని ఇవ్వాలి, లేకపోతే రిజిస్టర్డ్ లిస్టులు ఎన్ని ఇవ్వాలి, పార్సల్ లిస్టులు ఎన్ని ఇవ్వాలి, ఆఫీస్ ఈ సెట్కి, ఈ పర్టికులర్ సెట్ ఆఫ్ ఎ సెక్షన్ కానీ లేకపోతే మెయిల్ ఆఫీస్ కానీ. మెయిల్ ఆఫీస్ అంటే స్టేషనరీ కదలకుండా ఉండేది, సెక్షన్ అంటే ట్రైన్లో కదిలేదన్నమాట. ఓకే, మెయిల్ ఆఫీస్కి కానీ సెక్షన్కి కానీ ఆర్ఎంఎస్ సూపరింటెండెంట్ గారికి రెండు ఇంపార్టెంట్. మెయిల్ ఆఫీసు అవసరమే, సెక్షన్ కూడా అవసరమే. కాబట్టి ఈ రెండు ఆఫీసుల్లోనూ అవసరమయ్యేటువంటి పేపర్స్ కానీ ఇంకా అదర్ స్టేషనరీ మెటీరియల్ ఏమేమి ఇవ్వాలి అనేటువంటిది ఒక స్టేషనరీ రేట్ లిస్ట్ అని ఇవ్వటం జరుగుతుంది. అందులో ఏంటంటే ఏవి ఎన్ని ఉండాలి అనేటువంటిది మెన్షన్ చేస్తారు. ఇన్ ద స్టేషనరీ రేట్ లిస్ట్ విల్ హ్యావ్ ది నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్టికల్స్ ఆఫ్ స్టేషనరీ, how many register list, how many parcel list, how many other equipment that is required as stationery for the mail office or section will be mentioned in the stationery rate list, and it will be issued by the superintendent RMS. The head sorting assistant of a mail office should at the commencement of each day's work give out a stock sufficient only for the day's requirements, and the remainder of the articles should be kept under the lock and key. Okay, what HSA has to do, the HSA, that is the head sorting assistant of a mail office, what he has to do at the beginning of the day, commencement means beginning of each day, he has to give out the stock sufficient for that day only. That means for that day, if some 10 mail lists are required, that much only he has to give. He should not give in excess of what it is required. For the day's requirement he has to give, and the remaining he should keep it under lock and key. The head sorting assistant of each set of the various sections attached to the record office will be supplied by the record office on the first of every month with a month's supply of stationery, for which he will give a receipt in the stationery register. Okay, this is important. Here there is a stationery register, and on the month first of the month, what he will be given, the record office will supply to the set. Okay, by whom it will be supplied, the stationery will be supplied by record officer. To whom it will be supplied? To the HSA of the set. What he will supply on every first of the month, he will supply the month's supply of stationery. That means what is the requirement for 1 month, that much of stationery he will supply at a time on every first of the month to the HSA, and HSA will keep it as a record in his under lock and key. And he, for in token of having received this 1 month's supply, HSA will give his signature, give his receipt in the stationery register of the record office. The HSA will sign and take the monthly supply of stationery. Then HSA should keep his stock in a spare bag, which after he has given out the articles required for the set for one trip. So whenever there is a set for one trip, that means for one to and fro, that stationery, what is that required will be given out. After giving out for one set, he has to keep the remaining stock of that 1 month's supply in the spare bag in the lock and seal under his personal custody. What is that seal used? That should be sealed with a date seal. That will be sealed with a date seal of the set and deposited for custody under lock and key by the record officers in the box provided for it at the record office. Okay. Remaining stock will be kept in a spare bag, and that will be sealed in a date seal and kept in the custody under lock and key by the record officers in the box provided for it in the record office. Daily he will go and take from that record office whatever stationery it is required from that box. That monthly requirement will be kept in that place. Okay, that will be in the date seal. That will be sealed in the date seal. At the end of the month, the unconsumed articles, if any, should be detailed and deposited. So that 1 month's supply is given at the end of the month. That is unconsumed. That means that is unused. Unused stationery will be, again they will be written in one list and that will be deposited. Next one, preparation of Rule 28, preparation of daily report, that is MS 83. We know that a daily report will be prepared by each head sorting assistant of the set or the RMS set. HSA is required to submit to the superintendent or the superintendent sorting, as the case may be. Sometimes there will be superintendent RMS, sometimes there will be superintendent sorting. In case of big offices like Mumbai, you find a superintendent sorting also. That means only sorting he will carry, sorting will be taking place in that location. Okay, there the superintendent sorting will be there in that cadre. And HSA will submit a daily report through the record officer. See, this is important. The HSA will submit through the record officer to the superintendent. That is important. It will be submitted to superintendent, but through the record officer. A daily report with what it will contain. A daily report will be there, and a daily report, the irregularities observed by him or reported to him by the sorting assistants of the set must be brought to the notice in the daily report. What does it contain? Irregularities observed by him or his sorting assistants will be noted in the daily report. Say for example, in one bag, it is written that some 25 registered articles are invoiced, but only some 22 have been received. So there is a short of some 3 articles. Out of 25, only 22 received. 3 articles are short. That means that is an error. that is an irregularity. So that irregularities also will be noted in the daily report, that is MSIT 3, and it will be intimated to the superintendent RMS daily through the record officer. Okay. The daily report should be written by the HSA from the rough notebooks of the sets. Every set will maintain a rough notebook in which all the irregularities and all the happenings will be noted by the sorting assistant, and each sorting assistant will have a rough notebook, and that rough notebook will be taken by the head sorting assistant, and he will prepare his daily report. How many articles are received, how many bags have been received, how many deposit is there at the end of the set, or any irregularities noticed. Such things will be noted in a rough notebooks of each by the each sorting assistant, and those rough notebooks maintained by each sorting assistant will be taken by the HSA, and he will prepare his daily report. Then a list of important irregularities is given in the next rule, and in making such entry, the HSA should write in the appropriate column first the name of the section or office of the fault, official at fault or otherwise concerned, and following this a brief statement of occurrence worded as concisely as possible, as small as possible anamata, but furnishing the necessary particulars. Em cheyali? ఇర్రెగ్యులారిటీస్ని మెన్షన్ చేస్తారు ఈ డైలీ రిపోర్ట్లో. ఎస్ఏఎల్ చెప్పినటువంటి సార్టింగ్ అసిస్టెంట్లు అంటే ఎస్ఏఎల్ చెప్పినవి రాస్తారు, వాళ్ళ రఫ్ బుక్లో బట్టి ఎస్ఏఎస్ అందరూ కూడా రఫ్ బుక్ మెయింటైన్ చేస్తారు. వాళ్ళు మెయింటైన్ చేసిన రఫ్ బుక్లో కూడా అన్ని డీటెయిల్స్ ఉంటాయి, ఇర్రెగ్యులారిటీస్ ఉంటాయి, డీటెయిల్స్ ఉంటాయి, ఎన్ని బ్యాగులు వచ్చినాయి, ఎన్ని వెళ్ళినాయి, ఏంటి అనేటువంటిది ఉంటుంది. దీన్ని బేస్ చేసుకుని హెచ్ఎస్ఏ తన యొక్క డైలీ రిపోర్ట్ అనేది తయారు చేస్తాడు. ఆ తయారు చేసేటప్పుడు అఫీషియల్ అట్ ఫాల్ట్, ఆఫీస్ ఆఫ్ సెక్షన్, ఏ సెక్షన్ యొక్క తప్పు ఏముంది, అవన్నీ కూడా వివరాలు రాస్తాడు. చాలా బ్రీఫ్గా రాయాలి, తక్కువ రాయాలి, కానీ అన్ని ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ కావాల్సిన ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ బట్టి మర్చిపోకుండా రాయాలి. In every case in which a telegraph or fax is dispatched by the set, the message should be copied into the daily report, where the time of dispatch, class and name of the station from which it was sent should also be mentioned. ఇక్కడ ఇది ఏంటంటే ఫ్యాక్స్ ద్వారా కానీ టెలిగ్రాఫ్ ద్వారా కానీ ఏమన్నా మెసేజ్ వస్తే కనుక డైలీ రిపోర్ట్లో దాని యొక్క టైము, నేమ్ ఆఫ్ ద స్టేషన్, ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చింది, ఇవన్నీ కూడా మెన్షన్ చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది. These particulars should be taken from the copy of message left in the book of service messages. The service messages, these are all not they are not correct now, because this service messages, this telegrams is no more available. These are all redundant actually. In this place you can take as telephone messages. Okay, received by the set should be attached in original to the daily report, and the action taken also should be stated in the report. Okay, then if here you can take as telephone message or email also you can take. Whenever there is an email, that should be attached to the daily report, like that you can take. If the head sorting assistant is empowered to apply for extra accommodation in extra train accommodation, that means normally there will be fixed train accommodation, that means 20 berths, 30 berths or 60 seats, whatever it is, that will be defined daily. Whenever there is extra mail, a huge quantum of mail, either maybe due to rock email or some other financial statements are released by some Reliance or some insurance or something, whatever it is, then the bags will be more, the volume of mail will be more, then extra train accommodation is required. Generally extra train accommodation will be, who will apply? It will be applied by the SRM or the higher authorities, but sometimes whenever this office is big, huge, like Mumbai and Calcutta, like that, sometimes based on the volume, HSA will be empowered to apply for the extra train accommodation. That means the railway authorities will be requested for allotting some more seats in addition to the already seats available. That is called extra train accommodation. Request will be made by the HSA himself. He should forward with his daily report a carbon copy of requisition made by him for such extra accommodation. So what will be there? Then the HSA will send along with the daily report, he will send a carbon copy of requisition made by him for such extra accommodation. One requisition means request. One request will be sent to the railway authorities, and second copy will be sent to the along with the daily report to the record officer, and that will in turn will be sent to the superintendent RMS. Rule 28.2, the entries in the daily report should be numbered in one consecutive series for each report. That means every report should have a number, and okay, and each entry neatly copied in the form of extract report, and that extract copy will be sent to the record office or record officer, and in turn he will send to the superintendent RMS, which should bear the same number as the entry to which it relates. So nowadays they are taking a Xerox, I think. Two copies typed also they may do. Earlier it used to be copied. Okay, and there will be a serial number. You should remember that should be consecutive serial number. Today if it is 1, it should go. Tomorrow it should be 2, and so on. Okay. 23.3, in mail offices where LHG supervisors have been sanctioned, in addition to LHG, HHG head sorting assistants, each LHG supervisor will submit a daily note in prescribed form to the head sorting assistants, who will forward it to the divisional office through the record office along with the daily report. On receipt of these daily notes in the divisional office, they will be carefully scrutinized, and after taken necessary action filed along with the daily report of the head sorting assistant. Okay, in the mail offices along with the HSA there may be some LHG supervisors also under the sanctioned establishment. In such a case, each LHG supervisor will submit a daily note in the prescribed format to the HSA, and that HSA will also forward it to the divisional office through record office along with the daily report. In addition to daily report, some daily notes also will be prepared by the LHG supervisors under him, and they will also will be forwarded to the divisional office along with the daily report. On receipt of these daily notes, these are called daily notes. They may ask what is this, if an LHG officer, LHG assistant will, what LHG assistant will prepare in addition to daily report, that should be incorporated in the daily report. That should be sent along with the daily report. That is called daily note. Okay. On receipt of these daily notes in divisional office, they will be carefully scrutinized, and after taken necessary action filed along with the daily report of the HSA. So once the daily report of HSA is received, and daily notes will also be attached to the daily report of the HSA. In the divisional office, what they will do, they will scrutinize those daily notes also. If anything that is that requires action, that such action will be taken at divisional office, and they will be filed along with the daily report after taking action. Supervisor Speed Post Center will also use the same format MS-83 for submitting his daily report to the manager Speed Post. So here there are some 2-3 bits are there. This supervisor Speed Post Center will also use the daily report MS-83 only. They may ask supervisor Speed Post Center will submit his daily report in which form. That also can be asked. And to whom he will send that daily report. It will be sent to the manager Speed Post. Okay. Or they may ask who will send the daily report to the manager Speed Post. Okay. Then supervisor Speed Post Center. Next. Mail abstract. Now let us see mail abstract. There will be two types of things. One for transit sections, M42 is the form used as mail abstract. M43 for mail offices. For trains it is 42. For stationary mail offices it is 43. That means RMS offices it is 43. The mail abstract is divided into two parts. This is also important. Two parts. What are those two parts? Mails and bags. The former or the part headed mails shows on the left hand side under the head receipts the number of due mails due to be received and the number actually received and the number of unusual mails received. The bags opened by section or office and forwards bags being shown separately. That means how many mail abstracts are there? The mail abstract has how many parts? Two parts. That is also a question. What are they? Mails and bags. In the mails part, on the left hand side under the head receipts, there will be receipts and there will be dispatches. Naturally, on the receipt side, number of due mails due to be received. How many mail bags should be received? That due mails should be received should be noted. And the numbers actually received. How many actually have received? That also will be written. And the number of unusual mails received. That means what are unusual mails? Usual mails means that due mails. That means that compulsory mails that will come daily in a bag. Those are called due mails or due mails. Unusual means on a rare occasions whenever there is a huge mail that at that time they will come. Those are called unusual mails. That also will be noted. And the bags opened by the section or office and the forward bags being shown separately. Forward bags will be shown separately. This is also a bit shown. How the forward bags will be shown? They will be shown separately and on the right hand side. So these are all left hand side. Bags opened. These all will be in the left hand side. On the right hand side, what will be there? Under the head dispatches. See, receipts and dispatches. Under the mails there will be two parts. Receipts, there will be dispatches also. Receipts will be on the left side, dispatches will be on the right side. On the dispatches, the number of due mails due to be dispatched will be there and the number actually dispatched will be there and the bags closed by the section office will be there and the forward bags will be shown separately. Again, see here on the dispatch side also the forward bags will be shown separately. And the totals of the forward bags should on both sides should agree. Rendu vaipula tally avvalanamata. Both forward bags on the receipts and dispatches should tally. If you get 100 forward bags on the right side also, in the dispatches also you should dispatch 100 bags. Why forward bags should tally? Forward bags will never be opened. They will just be forwarded from one station to other station. This is at the intermediary point. These will be just placed as forward bags. Forward bags ante ఏంటన్నమాట అవి మనము ఎవరు కూడా bags open చేయరాట్లని. Forward bags will never be opened. Why? Because they are contents meant for other destination. Just they have come to your station. Why? Because say suppose if bags are coming from A to B via C. Say suppose C is in the intermediary point. There is A, there is B or there is C. Say suppose B is in the intermediary point and bags will be from A to B first because there is no direct train from A to C. So first bags will come from A to B. But there will be some 50 bags that are meant for C only. That means you need not open these bags meant for C at B. But they will come here. Why? Because it is a transit office. In the meantime, these 50 bags will lie in the B. When the train comes for C, these 50 bags will be loaded and sent to C. So meantime, this is a transit office and there will be a transit mail office also. And these forward bags will be kept in the transit mail office and they will not be opened. They will be sent to C whenever that train comes. Okay. I hope you understood. So these 50 bags will be shown as receipts and again that 50 bags whenever it is sent to C, they will be shown as dispatches. So they should agree. They should tally. Okay. I think forward bags means unopened. They won't be opened. They have come here for the time being and once the train or the mail van comes, it will be sent to the actual destination. Okay. Next one. The latter are part-headed bags. That means we have seen mails already. Now we will see bags. Shows on the left-hand side under the head receipts the number of empty bags of each description due to be received from UBO or DBO. UBO means unit bag office. DBO means district bag office, as the case may be. And on the right-hand side under the head dispatches, the number of bags of each description due to be dispatched with the due mails closed by the section or office and the number actually dispatched. Here you will find the bags part apart from the mails part. Here the latter shows the bags part. On the left hand side you will again find the receipts and the number of empty bags. Here empty bags means packet bags of each description received from UBO and UBO. Unit bag office means generally the post office. District bag office generally the RMS office. Then bags, empty bags will be received. That also you have to make an entry. How many empty bags have been received? And on the right hand side in the dispatches, what you have to write? Number of bags of each description due to be dispatched. How many have to be dispatched? And with the mails closed by the section or office and the number actually dispatched. Here how many have to be dispatched, how many you have to write, and actually dispatched, how many you have to mention here, and the number dispatched also you have to write, and the number returned to the record office also you have to write. So whenever you receive some bags, these empty bags will be sent to the record office, and the registered bags and other bags, forward bags will be sent to the next office. So you have to write accordingly in the dispatches and receipts column. The totals on both sides should agree. So the totals should agree. Okay. That means 100 bags have been received. From out of that 100, some 50 bags have been sent to the record office as a packet bags, and some 50 bags have been sent as forward bags. Then we have to make entries like that. Receipts 100, 50, 50 on the dispatch side, total 100. Like that it will tally. Particulars of bags received and dispatched, including the insured bags and bags used as coverings for paid station and registered bundles, are given on the reverse of the form. So on the reverse of the form, what should be written? Particulars of the bags are given on the reverse of the form. What are the bags that are given will be on the reverse of the abstract, mail abstract. The mail abstract also shows in what cases due mails opened or closed by a section or office or forward bags which are not accompanied by mail lists are received for dispatched or in excess of the number due, with an explanation in each case of the cause of the difference and in what cases the description of the bags received or dispatched with the due mails opened. Okay, the mail abstract, what it will show? It will show the in what cases the due mails will be opened or closed by the section. That also will be shown. Or forward bags which are not accompanied with the mail lists are received for dispatch short or in excess. That also will be noted. Whether there is short or excess will be noted, and with explanation in each case of the cause of difference. Why such a difference is there? Whether the train has gone by the time they might have loaded some only partial bags are loaded. Instead of some 100, they have loaded only 75 bags, but the mail list will contain 100 bags as entry, but only 75 bags were given because there is no time to upload the entire bags. That also reasons should be written by knowing from telephonically over phone. And dispatched with the due mails opened or closed by the section as surplus due bags differs from the description due. Why there is a difference, that also you have to write. The information as to the number of due bags to be received opened by the set and the number of empty canvas or drill bags to be received with due bags opened is to be provided by the record officer before issue of mail abstract to the set. So a record officer has to issue mail abstract to the set. Before that he has to inform the set or HSA, how many number of due bags should be received, or how many it should be opened, and how many empty or canvas or drill bags should be received with the due bags opened should be provided by the record officer. This information record officer ఇవ్వవలసి ఉంటుందన్నమాట. Note 1. The bags used for extra mail and transit bags, paid station bundle and registered bundles, if any, addressed to are made up by the transit section or transit mail office should be accounted for in the mail abstract. అంటే ఎక్స్ట్రా మెయిల్స్ కానీ మెయిల్ బ్యాగ్స్ ఆర్ ఎక్స్ట్రా మెయిల్ బ్యాగ్స్ ఆర్ ట్రాన్సిట్ బ్యాగ్స్ కానీ ఎనీ కానీ ఉంటే గనక ఆ పెయిడ్ స్టేషన్ బండిల్స్ రిజిస్టర్డ్ బండిల్స్ ఎనీ గనక ఉంటే గనక అవి కూడా ట్రాన్సిట్ సెక్షన్కి కానీ మెయిల్ ఆఫీస్ కానీ ఉంటే వాటిని కూడా మెయిల్ అబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్లో చూపించాలి. ఎట్లా బ్యాగులు ఎలా అయితే తీసుకుంటారో డిస్పాచెస్ ఎలా అయితే చేస్తారో అన్యూజువల్ మెయిల్స్కి చేస్తారు, అలాగే ఈ యొక్క స్టేషన్ బండిల్స్ రిజిస్టర్డ్ బండిల్స్ కూడా మెయిల్ అబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్లో నోట్ చేయాలి. అంటే బ్యాగ్ ఓపెన్ చేసినట్టు ఆ బ్యాగ్లో ఎన్ని బండిల్స్ ఉన్నట్టు కూడా అవి కూడా బండిల్స్ కూడా రాసి అటు ఇటు టాలీ చేయాలన్నమాట. సో in the mail abstract you have to tally the extra mail and transit bags received also. In addition, you have to tally the paid station bundles and registered bundles received and dispatched also. Okay, and except that the reference should be placed against the entry of the number in the body of the abstract under details of unusual bag. That means you have to write the, in case of unusual bag, details of unusual bag you have to make entry, and then you write all these things. Then the remark including the extra bags preceded by a similar sign should be written in the blank space at the foot of the form. Where you have to write? At the foot of the form. That is the mail abstract. అన్యూజువల్ బ్యాగ్స్ వచ్చినప్పుడు మెయిల్ అబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్ లో ఫుట్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫామ్ లో రాస్తారనమాట. అన్యూజువల్ బ్యాగ్స్ ఎన్ని వచ్చాయి, ఇవన్నీ కూడా అన్యూజువల్ బ్యాగ్స్ తో వచ్చినాయి అనేటువంటిది చెప్తారనమాట. The bags used for extra transit bags addressed to or made up by the transit section or mail office should be accounted for in the mail abstract. In the same way, except the word extra should be substituted for the work unusual in the printed entry on the face of the form and in the heading on the reverse. ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే బ్యాగ్స్ యూజ్డ్ ఫర్ ఎక్స్ట్రా ట్రాన్సిట్ బ్యాగ్స్ కోసం బ్యాగ్స్ వాడినప్పుడు వాటిని అడ్రస్ చేసినప్పుడు వాటిని తయారు చేసినప్పుడు ట్రాన్సిట్ సెక్షన్ కానీ మెయిల్ ఆఫీస్కి కానీ అక్కడ ఏం చేస్తారన్నమాట, మెయిల్ అబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్ లో కూడా రాయాలి వాటి తాలూకు ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. మెయిల్ అబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్ లో కూడా రాయాలి. ఎక్స్ట్రా బ్యాగులు పంపించినప్పుడు, ఎక్స్ట్రా ట్రాన్సిట్ బ్యాగ్స్ పంపించినప్పుడు ఎక్స్ట్రా బ్యాగ్స్కి ఎలా అయితే చేస్తారో అలాగే చేయాలి. లేకపోతే కాకపోతే ఏంటంటే అన్యూజువల్ అనేటువంటిది ప్రింట్ ఎక్స్ట్రా షుడ్ బి సబ్స్టిట్యూటెడ్ ఫర్ ద వర్క్. అన్యూజువల్ అన్న మాట బదులుగా ఎక్స్ట్రా అనే మాట, అది రౌండ్ అన్యూజువల్ అనేది రౌండ్ చేసేసి ఎక్స్ట్రా అని రాస్తారన్నమాట. ఆ ఫామ్ లో అన్యూజువల్ అనేది ఉంటుంది, ఆ ప్రింట్ అయ్యి దాని బదులుగా ఎక్స్ట్రా అని రాస్తారు ఎక్స్ట్రా బ్యాగులు పంపించినప్పుడు. ఓకేనండి. ఆన్ ద ఫేస్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫామ్ అండ్ ఇన్ ద హెడ్డింగ్ ఆన్ ద రివర్స్, హెడ్డింగ్ లో కూడా మారుస్తారు అనమాట. సో యూ షుడ్ రైట్ ఎక్స్ట్రా ఆన్ ది printed entry. Where unusual is written, you have to round it off and write extra. On the face of the form also and on the heading of the reverse also you have to write in the mail abstract. ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఎక్కడ రాయాలి, మెయిల్ అబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్ లో రాయాలి. ఎక్స్ట్రా ట్రాన్సిట్ బ్యాగులు పంపించినప్పుడు ఆ వివరాలు రాయాలన్నమాట. నోట్ 2. In the case of sections, the entries for the out and in trips are shown separately in the mail abstract. ఇది ఇంపార్టెంట్ అండి. In case of sections, that means whenever there is sections, the entries of out trip and in trip, వెళ్ళడం రావడాన్ని అవుట్ ట్రిప్ అండ్ ఇన్ ట్రిప్ అంటారు. కాబట్టి ఒక సెక్షన్ ఒక పాయింట్ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అయ్యి ఇంకో పాయింట్కి వెళ్ళటాన్ని అవుట్ ట్రిప్ అంటారు. మళ్ళీ వెనక్కి రావడానికి ఇన్ ట్రిప్ అంటారు. ఓకే అండి, దాన్ని మొత్తాన్ని ట్రిప్ అంటారు. మెయిల్ అబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్ లో ద ఎంట్రీస్ రిలేటింగ్ టు అవుట్ ట్రిప్ షుడ్ బి షోన్ సపరేట్లీ and in trips should be shown separately in the mail abstract. Okay. Exchange of mail. The due mail list of a section shows the stations and that of the mail office that mail office, the hours at which mails are received and dispatched, and also the details of the mails and in which cases they will be enclosed in the transit bags. ఇంపార్టెంట్ అండి. ఇది డ్యూ మెయిల్ లిస్ట్ యొక్క డెఫినేషన్. ఇది వాట్ ఈస్ డ్యూ మెయిల్ లిస్ట్ అంటే ఇదనమాట. డ్యూ మెయిల్ లిస్ట్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద డ్యూ మెయిల్ లిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఎ సెక్షన్ మీన్స్, ఇది డెఫినేషన్. డ్యూ మెయిల్ లిస్ట్, what it will show, the stations and that of the mail office, shows the stations and that of the mail offices, the hours at which the mails are received and dispatched, ఏ టైంకి మెయిల్స్ వస్తాయి వెళ్తాయి అనేటువంటిది ప్రతి మెయిల్ ఆఫీస్కి సంబంధించి, స్టేషన్కి సంబంధించి, ఆ పర్టికులర్ స్టేషన్కి సంబంధించి ఏమేమి మెయిల్స్ ఎక్కడెక్కడి నుంచి వస్తాయి, హౌరా నుంచి ఏమొస్తాయి, లేకపోతే ఇంకొక చెన్నై నుంచి ఏమొస్తాయి, ఇట్లాగా ఏ టైంకి వస్తాయి, ఇవన్నీ కూడా వివరాలు, ఏ టైంకి వెళ్తాయి, బ్యాగులు ఎప్పుడు కట్టాలి, ఇట్లాంటి వివరాలన్నీ కూడా ఎక్కడ ఉంటాయి, డ్యూ మెయిల్ లిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది సెక్షన్. అండ్ ఆల్సో వాట్ డస్ ఇట్ కంటైన్, ఇట్ కంటైన్స్ ది మెయిల్స్ అండ్ డీటెయిల్స్ ఆఫ్ ద మెయిల్స్ కూడా ఉంటాయి. అండ్ ఇన్ వాట్ కేసెస్ దే విల్ బి enclosed in transit bags. Whenever these mails are enclosed in transit bags, then such information will also be found in the due mail list. The mail agent, mail guard of a section or any other official specified for the purpose should, on the arrival of the train at station where mails are to be exchanged, take delivery of the mails for the set before giving out those for dispatch, and the mail agent or mail guard of the mail office should first make over the bags for dispatch and then take delivery of those of the office. ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే whenever mail agent or mail guard in a section is there, and what he has to do on the arrival of train, whenever the train comes, what he has to do at that station, what he has to do, where the mails have to be exchanged, first what he has to do, take delivery of the mails. In a section, here you should understand it is for a section, that means it is for a train. For a train, he has to, there will be a mail agent, a pay cadre, this is a PM cadre, that is postman cadre, mail guard. In a section, what he has to do, he will take the delivery of mails for the set first before giving out for dispatch. That means first receipt. For a section, first he has to receive the bags from the mail guard of the mail office where the dispatch is made. అంటే ట్రైన్ వచ్చినప్పుడు ట్రైన్లో సెక్షన్లో ఉంటారు, ఎవరు మెయిల్ ఏజెంట్ ఉంటారు, మెయిల్ గార్డ్ ఉంటాడు, ఆయన డిఫరెంట్ ప్లేసెస్కి ట్రైన్లో ట్రావెల్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాడు, బ్యాగులు కిందకి ఇస్తాడు, బ్యాగులు తీసుకుంటాడు. ఇక్కడ రూల్ ఏంటంటే బ్యాగులు ఫస్ట్ ఎప్పుడు కూడా తనకి వచ్చే టేక్ డెలివరీ ఆఫ్ ద మెయిల్స్ ఫర్ ద సెట్ బిఫోర్ గివింగ్ అవుట్ those for dispatch, and the mail agent or mail guard of the mail office should first make over the bags for dispatch and then take the delivery of the for those of the office. ఓకే, ముందు ఏం చేయాలన్నమాట, ఫస్ట్ ఈ ట్రైన్లో ఉన్న వాళ్ళు ముందు బ్యాగులు తీసుకోవాలి. ఫస్ట్ బ్యాగులు తీసుకొని తర్వాత వాళ్ళ దగ్గర ఉన్న బ్యాగులు వాళ్ళు బయటికి ఇవ్వాలన్నమాట. That means the mail guard or mail agent should take the bags first from the station mail office mail guard. The section mail guard will take the bags from the mail office mail guard first to the train. That means they will be uploaded in the train. The bags will be uploaded in the train. Then from the train the bags will be downloaded to the mail guard of the mail office. Okay. So in the duty of the mail guard of the mail office, what it is written, he has to first make over the bags. That means he has to give the bags for a dispatch to the into the train. That means he has to upload the bags into the train, and then he has to take those of the office. That means his bags, those downloading of the bags pertaining to his office, he has to take second. First he has to give his bags, and then he has to take the bags pertaining to his office next. You understood, na? First into the train, then out of the train. Okay. Exchange of mails exception is also there. ఇప్పుడు ఇందాక మాట్లాడుకున్న దానికి ఎక్సెప్షన్ ఉంటుంది. At important stations where large number of bags is exchanged, the head of the circle may authorize the mail agent or mail guard of the section to deliver his mails before the receiving those for onward transmission in order to make room in the mail van. Okay. హెడ్ ఆఫ్ ద సర్కిల్ కనుక పర్మిషన్ ఇస్తే కనుక కొన్ని ఇంపార్టెంట్ స్టేషన్స్లో రివర్స్ చేయొచ్చు. ఇందాక చెప్పిన దానికి రివర్స్ చేయొచ్చు. ఎందుకు రివర్స్ చేయాలి? ముందు కనుక బ్యాగులు తీసుకుంటే ట్రైన్లో ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి అక్కడ ఆల్రెడీ బ్యాగ్స్ నిండిపోయి ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి ప్లేస్ ఉండదు. కాబట్టి అప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలన్నమాట, హెడ్ ఆఫ్ ద సర్కిల్ పర్మిషన్ ఉంటే ముందు తన ట్రైన్ ఖాళీ చేసుకుని, అంటే ముందు బ్యాగులు బయటికి ఇచ్చి తర్వాత ఆ ఖాళీ అయిన ట్రైన్లోకి ఈ బ్యాగులు కింద ఉన్న బ్యాగులు ఎక్కించుకుంటారనమాట. ఓకే. సో దట్ టు మేక్ రూమ్ ఇన్ ద మెయిల్ వ్యాన్. ఓకే. మెయిల్ వ్యాన్ అయినా కానీ అదే కండిషన్ అనమాట. నెక్స్ట్, ద క్యారియర్, ద సెడ్ సార్టింగ్ అసిస్టెంట్, మెయిల్ ఏజెంట్, మెయిల్ ప్యూన్ ఆర్ అదర్ అఫీషియల్ అపాయింటెడ్ ఫర్ ద పర్పస్ హూ ఎక్స్చేంజెస్ మెయిల్స్ విత్ ఎ సెక్షన్ ఈజ్ నాట్ పర్మిటెడ్ టు ఎంటర్ ద వ్యాన్. అక్కడ మనకేంటంటే సెక్షన్లో కానీ లేకపోతే మెయిల్ వ్యాన్లో కానీ ఎవరు కూడా బయట మన మెయిల్ ఆఫీస్ వాళ్ళు ఎవరు కూడా ఎక్కకూడదు. వెన్ ఎవర్ పాసిబుల్ ద బ్యాగ్ షుడ్ బి పాస్డ్ త్రూ ద డోర్ ఆర్ విండో ఆఫ్ ద వ్యాన్. కాబట్టి ట్రైన్లో కానీ మెయిల్ వ్యాన్లో కానీ కింద మెయిల్ వ్యాన్ వచ్చినా కూడా అక్కడ డోర్ ద్వారా కానీ విండో ద్వారా కానీ ఎక్స్చేంజ్ అనేటువంటిది జరగాలి. ద ఎక్స్చేంజ్ షుడ్ హ్యాపన్ ఓన్లీ త్రూ ద విండో ఆర్ డోర్, బట్ నో పర్సన్ ఫ్రమ్ ద station or the mail office should enter the mail van or even the train. Only those mail guards entrusted with the section only should enter the section or train. Okay. Even the mail exchanged between the mail office and the local post office should be received and delivered at the door of the mail. The carrier should not be permitted to enter. Even the mail office also, the carrier should not enter the mail office. It should be exchanged. The bag should be exchanged at the door only. The PMG may, where considered necessary, permit the officials of the mail office to enter the mail van or section to help loading or unloading. Sometimes PMG can consider it. Who can consider? Who can permit? They may ask a question. It is PMG. PMG అనమాట అట్లా లోపలికి వెళ్ళడానికి పర్మిషన్ అనేటువంటిది ఇవ్వచ్చు. The head sorting assistant or mail agent or the official of the mail office may enter the mail van of the section or opening or closing TBs prescribed in the due mail list. Sometimes the HSA or mail agent will be allowed, but such allowance should be written in the due mail list. Due mail list lo unte వెళ్ళొచ్చు. The exchange of mail should be done at both doorways of the main entrance and mail carriage portions of the section wherever it necessary and prescribed. Okay. రెండు డోర్లు కూడా వాడుకోవచ్చు. 2 doors also can be used whenever it is prescribed. Otherwise, if the seating capacity is less, only one door will be permitted. Next one. In all cases of exchange of mails where no mail list is used, the receipt should be taken for the bag in receipt book by the post office or mail office or section. In other cases, receipt should be taken by the mail carrier in the mail pune book, form MS-28. It is important. Mail list where there is no mail list, then exchange of mails ki receipt ekkada teeskovali. Receipt should be taken by the under receipt book of the post office, or in some other cases, if the mail carrier is there, then mail pune book, that is MS-28. Every section must carry spare loose forms of mail list to prepare triplicate copy of mail list prescribed in the rule when necessary. Okay. Mail list ఎన్ని కాపీలు తయారు చేస్తారు? 3 అనమాట. In large mail offices and sections where it would be impracticable for the head sorting assistant or other official to whom duty is delegated by the head of the circle to be performed on behalf of the head sorting assistant to personally attend to duties connected with the mail exchange of mails, a part or whole of work under the orders of the head of the circle will be performed by the specially appointed official for the purpose of second sorting assistant, and the duties so distributed will be shown in the MDW by the superintendent. So sometimes HSA కి HSA గనక హెడ్ ఆఫ్ ది సర్కిల్ గనక డెలిగేట్ చేస్తే HSA బదులుగా ఈ ఎక్స్చేంజ్ ఆఫ్ మెయిల్స్ అనేటువంటిది అదర్ సార్టింగ్ అసిస్టెంట్ కి ఇవ్వడం జరుగుతుంది. అది కూడా హెడ్ ఆఫ్ ది సర్కిల్ పర్మిషన్ ఉండాలి. అప్పుడు దాన్ని MDWలో రాయాలన్నమాట క్లియర్గా ఈయనకి ఇచ్చాము అని. సో ఎఫ్ ద హెడ్ ఆఫ్ ది సర్కిల్స్ పర్మిషన్ where it is impracticable for the HSA to attend the mail exchange. Generally, mail exchange should be done by the HSA under supervision of HSA. If it is not possible, second sorting assistant should be designated for that purpose for exchange of mail in the MDW by the superintendent with the permission of head of the circle. In such offices, the HSA must enter in the mails exchanged from time to time. Every article transferred from one official to another, signature should be taken in the mail list concerned. In such a case, signature should be taken from HSA to assistant concerned. KHDB. In case of KHDB of mail van is addressed to the mail office of the terminal station by a mail office of the originating station, the HSA should enter the van and after examining seal that it is not tampered with, should open the KHDB and examine seal, cards, labels and condition, and then he should check the mail list and then take this one. Finally, the key of the cage should be forwarded in the sealed cover. This is important. KHDB అంటే ఏంటనమాట, ఒక మెయిల్ వ్యాన్ లో కానీ ఒక సెక్షన్ లో కానీ ఒక కేజ్ లాగా ఉంటుంది. అందులో ఈ మెయిల్స్ అన్ని పెడతారు, బ్యాగ్స్ అన్ని పెడతారు. ఆ బ్యాగ్స్ ఆ కేజ్ కి ఒక లాక్ ఉంటుంది. అవన్నీ కూడా సీల్స్ అవన్నీ కరెక్ట్ గా ఉన్నాయి లేదా HSA చూసుకున్న తర్వాత అప్పుడు అది తీసుకోవాలి, ఆ కీ తీయాలి. ఆ కీని తర్వాత సీల్డ్ కవర్ లో నెక్స్ట్ పంపించాలన్నమాట. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ KHDB. Disposal of mails addressed to section or mail office. The transit bags addressed to a section or mail office should be opened by the mail guard or mail agent himself. That means he only should open. And the bags, especially the account bags and branch office bags enclosed in them, should be carefully examined and compared with the entries in the and it will be found inside the transit bags. Okay, the transit bag should be opened by the mail guards and mail agents only. That is the important point. They should compare with the mail list. That is another point. In case of sorting mail office, the bag addressed to itself, whether taken out of the transit or received loose, should be dealt with first and disposed in the following manner. So when it is addressed, how it should be dealt? Parcel bag should be entered in the mail abstract and then transferred under receipt to be taken in the parcel abstract and passed to the parcel sorting assistant. Parcel bag should be given to the parcel sorting assistant, duly noting in the mail abstract. And mail bags, branch office bags, packet bags should be as per the rules. The forward bags, including sack bags containing surplus bags, unusual bags received by the section, whether taken out of the transit bags or received loose, should be separated and disposed like this. How? Those to be delivered is forward bags, sack bags, ఇవన్నీ ఎలా చేయాలంటే surplus bags to be delivered at the stations within the beat of the section should be at once placed in the transit bags in which they are forwarded, or if no transit bag is prescribed, they should be hung to the separate hooks in the order of the stations at which they will be delivered. ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే ఇక్కడ ఫార్వర్డ్ బ్యాగ్స్, సాక్ బ్యాగ్స్, అన్యూజువల్ బ్యాగ్స్ ఉంటే కనుక వాటిని ఒక అరేంజ్మెంట్ లో ఒక సీక్వెన్స్ లో ముందే బ్యాగ్స్ వస్తాయో అది ముందు పెట్టుకోవాలి, తర్వాత ఏ స్టేషన్ వస్తుందో అది దాన్ని పెట్టుకోవాలి, అలా పెట్టుకోవాలి. అట్లాగే ట్రాన్సిట్ బ్యాగ్లు ఏమైనా కట్టాల్సి ఉంటే అలాగా కట్టాలన్నమాట, బీట్ వైజ్ సీక్వెన్స్ గా. టు దోస్ డెలివర్డ్ అట్ ద టెర్మినల్ స్టేషన్, లాస్ట్ గా డెలివరీ చేయాల్సినవి వాటిని అలాంటి తీసి బ్యాగ్ లో హుక్ కి చివర్లో ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ద వ్యాన్ చివర్లో పెట్టాలి. Sacks addressed to the record office to which the section is attached should be placed in the bag provided for the purpose. అంటే సాక్ బ్యాగ్స్ ఎక్కడ ఉంటే ప్యాకెట్ బ్యాగ్స్ అవన్నీ కూడా ఒక చోట కట్టాలి, రికార్డ్ ఆఫీస్ కి తర్వాత ఇవ్వాలన్నమాట. ద ఫార్వర్డ్ బ్యాగ్స్ రిసీవ్డ్ బై సార్టింగ్ ఆర్ ట్రాన్సిట్ మెయిల్ ఆఫీస్, వెదర్ టేకన్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ ట్రాన్సిట్ బ్యాగ్స్ ఆర్ రిసీవ్డ్ లూజ్, విల్ రిమైన్ ఇన్ కస్టడీ ఆఫ్ ది HSA until the time of dispatch. Okay, forward bags will always be with the custody of HSA. Important this is, until it is disposed of. It they should be kept lock and key with the HSA only. Next one, closing of transit bags. When transit bag is made up, bags are due unusual to be dispatched, it should be checked with the entries in the mail list. Every card should be checked, bag should be checked, seal, label should be checked by whom? It should be checked by the head sorting assistant, mail guard or mail agent, and the bags with the mail list should be placed in the transit bag lo pettali and label pettali, seal closed in the prescribed manner. Transit bag should always be closed and sealed in the presence of under direct supervision of HSA, mail guard or the mail agent. This is also important. Transit bags always should be in the presence of HSA. Duties and responsibilities of mail guard or mail agent. What should they do? They should connected with the receipt, custody and sorting and dispatch of articles posted in the van or the office or closed mails. That means his responsibility begins with the articles cleared from the letter boxes. Whenever the articles are cleared from the letter box, the mail guard work will start. What he has to do, whenever they are closed or made over to him in the section or office or carrier, then until it will be up to the bags delivered or dispatched to destination. అంటే బ్యాగ్స్ వచ్చిన కాడి నుంచి లెటర్ బాక్స్ లో ఆర్టికల్స్ క్లియర్ చేసిన కాడి నుంచి బ్యాగ్స్ మళ్ళీ డెలివరీ స్టేషన్ కి పంపించేదాకా డిస్పాచ్ చేసేదాకా మెయిల్ గార్డ్ యొక్క రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ ఉంటుంది. అటు యొక్క రెసీటు, కస్టడీ, సార్టింగ్, డిస్పాచ్ ఇవన్నీ కూడా మెయిల్ గార్డ్దే. The mail guard or mail agent has nothing to do with the articles contained in the closed bags. Closed bags గురించి worry అవ్వాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. Okay, made over to him for disposal, but the transit bags addressed to the section are opened and the bags contained in them are disposed by him. Okay, క్లోజ్డ్ బ్యాగ్స్ గురించి worry అవ్వకలేదు. వచ్చినవి అన్నీ కూడా అవన్నీ ఓపెన్ చేసి క్లోజ్ అవన్నీ కూడా మళ్ళీ సార్ట్ చేసి క్లోజ్ చేశారనేది మెయిల్ ఏజెంట్ యొక్క బాధ్యత అన్నమాట. The mail guard or mail agent is responsible that the articles and bags dealt with him are carefully examined, properly treated, correctly disposed, and contents of transit bags in the case are authorized to perform registration work of registered bag and registered bundle closed by him are correct, and the bags or bundles are securely fastened, properly labeled, sealed, that returned or otherwise unserviceable are not used, and irregularities and unusual occurrences connected with the work are promptly detected and brought to the notice, and these work papers are completely correct or prepared. So these are all the duties and responsibilities of the mail guard or a mail agent in a section or a mail office. He has to see that whether all the bags are correctly received, dispatched, transit bags are properly, contents are correct, and registered bags are made up correctly, registered bundles are made up correctly, the bag bundles are fastened correctly, labeled correctly, sealed correctly, and irregularities are brought to the notice of the concerned correctly. Unusual occurrences are noted correctly. All the work papers are correctly prepared. These are the duties. Final duties before quitting the mail office. The mail agent or mail guard should examine the fittings, lamps, etc. on the van to see that nothing has been damaged or lost, and should replace the stamps, seals, books in the portfolio. Put the empty bags for return to record office. This is also important. And in the bag provided for the purpose, and label and seal the letter bag. And అంటే మెయిల్ ఏజెంట్ కానీ మెయిల్ గార్డ్ కానీ ఏం చేయాలి, అన్ని ఫిట్టింగ్స్, ల్యాంప్స్ అన్ని బాగున్నాయా లేదా, వ్యాన్లో డ్యామేజ్ ఏమన్నా ఉన్నాయా, లాస్ట్ ఏమన్నా పోయినాయా అనేటువంటిది చూడాలి జాగ్రత్తగా. అలాగే రీప్లేస్మెంట్ ఏమైనా చేయాల్సినవి ఉంటే స్టాంప్స్, సీల్స్, బుక్స్ పోర్ట్ఫోలియోలో అవి గురించి చెప్పాలి. అలాగే ఎంటీ బ్యాగ్స్ ఉంటే అవన్నీ రికార్డ్ ఆఫీస్ పంపించాలి. లేబుల్, సీల్స్ అన్ని కూడా లెటర్ బ్యాగ్స్ కి ప్రాపర్ గా జరిగిందో లేదో చూడాలి. ఏది చివరిగా వెళ్ళిపోయే ముందు అనమాట, వ్యాన్ నుంచి వెళ్ళిపోయే ముందు లేకపోతే ఆఫీస్ నుంచి వెళ్ళిపోయే ముందు. ఎవరు? మెయిల్ గార్డు, మెయిల్ ఏజెంట్ ఆఫ్ ద మెయిల్ ఆఫీస్ కానీ సెక్షన్ కానీ. He should then give out the mails to be delivered, and if the trip is ended at the staging station, make over the mails for the relieving set to the office of in charge together with the section mail list. ఒకవేళ చివరికి వచ్చేసింది అనుకోండి మెయిల్ ఆఫీసు, అక్కడ ట్రిప్ ఎండ్కి వచ్చేస్తే అక్కడ ఏం చేయాలి, అక్కడ మెయిల్స్ వాళ్ళకి చేంజింగ్ స్టేషన్ దగ్గర రిలీవింగ్ సెట్ ఉంటే ఆ రిలీవింగ్ సెట్కి ఇవ్వాలి అక్కడ. ఓకే, and he should then give out the mails to the delivered. If the trip is ended at the changing station, make over the mails ని అక్కడ ఇచ్చేయాలి. రిలీవింగ్ సెట్ కి అక్కడ ఆఫీసర్ ఇన్ఛార్జ్ కి టుగెదర్ విత్ ద సెక్షనల్ మెయిల్ లిస్ట్ తో పాటుగా అక్కడ ఇవ్వాలన్నమాట. దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఫైనల్ డ్యూటీస్ క్విట్టింగ్ వ్యాన్ లో ఇంకేంటి, ద మెయిల్ ఏజెంట్ షుడ్ ఎగ్జామిన్ అండ్ చెక్ ద ఆర్టికల్స్, list of articles, and see that the articles of stationery, stamps, seals, books are carefully put away, and that the bag containing empty bags record office కి ఇచ్చారా లేదా, సీల్ చేశారా లేదా, ఇవన్నీ చూడాలి అంతా. అండ్ ద ఆఫీస్ రూమ్ ఈజ్ స్వెప్ట్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ అరేంజ్డ్ ఇన్ నీట్ అండ్ టైడీ ఆర్డర్ మేనర్. ఇది కూడా ఇంపార్టెంట్ అండి, ఇది ఉండదేమో అనుకుంటారు, ఇది కూడా డ్యూటీయే, ఫైనల్ డ్యూటీయే. ఆఫీస్ అంతా నీట్గా క్లీన్ చేశారా లేదా, అంతా నీట్గా ఉందా లేదా, ఆర్డర్లీ మేనర్లో ఉందా కూడా డ్యూటీ అనండి. ఇవన్నీ స్టేషనరీ అంత సరిగ్గా సర్దారా లేదో చూడాలి. ఈ షుడ్ ఆల్సో దెన్ లాక్ ద ఆఫీస్ రూమ్ అండ్ రిటైన్ ద కీ ఇన్ పర్సనల్ కస్టడీ ఇఫ్ దేర్ ఈస్ నో రిలీవింగ్ మెయిల్ ఏజెంట్. ఒకవేళ మళ్ళీ వీళ్ళే నెక్స్ట్ టైం కూడా నెక్స్ట్ డే వీళ్ళే వస్తారు అనుకుంటే కనుక తాళం ఆయన పర్సనల్ కస్టడీలోనే హెచ్ఎస్సి అదే మెయిల్ గార్డ్ దగ్గరే ఉంటుంది, మెయిల్ ఏజెంట్ కానీ మెయిల్ గార్డ్ దగ్గర ఉంటుంది. ఒకవేళ ఇఫ్ దేర్ ఈస్ ఏ రిలీవింగ్ ఉంటే కనుక, రిలీవింగ్ సెట్ ఉంటే కనుక, దీని తర్వాత ఇంకొక సెట్ ఉంటే సెట్ 2 ఉంది అనుకోండి, ఆ వచ్చే రిలీవర్కి హ్యాండ్ ఓవర్ చేసి వెళ్ళాలి. దట్ మీన్స్ ద మెయిల్ ఏజెంట్ ఇఫ్ దేర్ ఈస్ ఎ సక్సీడింగ్ సెట్ దెన్ హీ హాస్ టు హ్యాండ్ ఓవర్ టు ది నెక్స్ట్ ఇన్ చార్జ్ ఆఫ్ ది సెట్ టు ద రిలీవర్. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ దేర్ ఈస్ నో సచ్ రిలీవర్ then he should keep it with him. The key should be kept with him only. These are the 2 conditions. This may be a bit, this also a 1 bit. B orders and TB orders. On receipt of B order from superintendent, the record officer should have it neatly copied by the one of the sorting assistants in the guidance book. This is important. Where you should write the B orders, it should be written in the guidance book of the set. B orders means orders other than the changes in sorting lists are called B orders. The record officer should explain the meaning of the order to all the sorting assistants, including the head sorting assistants, or to the mail guard, who should initial the order and evidence of having understood it. So B order సంబంధించి ఇవన్నీ కూడా గైడెన్స్ బుక్ లో ఒక సార్టింగ్ అసిస్టెంట్ తోటి రాయించాలి రికార్డ్ ఆఫీసరు. అలాగే రికార్డ్ ఆఫీసర్ అందరికి అర్థమయ్యేటట్టు ఆ వివరాలన్నీ కూడా గైడెన్స్ బుక్ లో రాసిన బి ఆర్డర్స్ తాలూకు వివరాలన్నీ కూడా చెప్పాలి, అందరికి అర్థమయ్యేటట్టు చెప్పాలి. అర్థమైనట్టుగా వాళ్ళతోటి ఒక ఇనీషియల్ వేయించుకోవాలన్నమాట. ద రికార్డ్ ఆఫీసర్ షుడ్ సీ దట్ ద బి ఆర్డర్స్ దట్ ది కన్సర్న్ ఏ సెట్ అండ్ ఓన్లీ దీస్ ఆర్ కాపీడ్ ఇన్ టు ద గైడెన్స్ బుక్. ఏది పడితే అది గైడెన్స్ బుక్ లో రాయకూడదు, ఓన్లీ ఆ సెట్ కి సంబంధించిన బి ఆర్డర్స్ మాత్రమే కాపీ అవుతున్నట్టుగా ఇది ఎన్షూర్ చేయాల్సింది రికార్డ్ ఆఫీసరు. And you will be responsible for any omission and error in the guidance book. ఎవరు రెస్పాన్సిబుల్ ఉంటారన్నమాట, గైడెన్స్ బుక్ లో తప్పులు రాస్తే ఎంట్రీ కనుక ఉంటే అది రికార్డ్ ఆఫీసరే రెస్పాన్సిబుల్. రికార్డ్ ఆఫీసర్ విల్ బి రెస్పాన్సిబుల్ ఇఫ్ దేర్ ఇస్ omission in writing the guidance book by a sorting assistant. He should ensure proper writing. B orders and TB. When B orders or TB order, what are TB orders? TB orders means tour bag orders. You should remember like that. Whenever higher officers are there on tour, then TB orders will be issued how they should be dispatching the bags to address it to them. That is called TB order. This B orders or TB orders become obsolete, means when they are redundant. That means when they are of no use. That means date అయిపోతే కనుక ఆ ఆర్డర్స్ అయిపోయినాయి ఆ డేట్లకి, అప్పుడు దెన్ దే షుడ్ బి క్యాన్సిల్డ్ ఆర్ అమెండెడ్. దట్ చేంజెస్ ఉంటే కనుక cancelled or by the B order or TB order number so and so, and sage number should be written on the record officer's signature in case of B orders across the copy of the B orders in the guidance book of the sets. So when there is a variation or change or cancellation, the record officer has to sign that get those amendments made in the B orders with the sorting assistant, and sign the record officer should sign in the guidance book. And even he has to make those amendments in the original orders of the guard file that will be available in the record office also, and he has to sign it. The order so cancelled should be mentioned by the record clerk in the daily report. So this is also important. Whenever there is a change in or cancelled order, that should be recorded in the daily report. That should go to superintendent. The B orders and the TB orders for each year should be filed in the guard book in the consecutive order in the నెంబర్స్. సో బి ఆర్డర్స్ కూడా సీరియల్గా ఉండాలి గార్డ్ బుక్లో. Spare copies of TB orders will be supplied only to the mail officers or section of the staff which have been exempted from record office attendance. స్పేర్ కాపీస్ టీబీ ఆర్డర్స్ జనరల్గా ఏంటంటే రికార్డ్ ఆఫీస్లోనే ఉంటాయి, అక్కడికి వచ్చి చూపించి అక్కడే ఫైల్ చేస్తారు. కానీ ఏంటంటే వెనెవర్ ఆ మెయిల్ ఆఫీస్ దూరంగా ఉందనుకోండి, రికార్డ్ ఆఫీస్ అటెండెన్స్ ఎగ్జామ్షన్ ఇచ్చారనుకోండి ఆ స్టాఫ్కి, అప్పుడు సపరేట్ ఒక స్పేర్ కాపీ కూడా ఇవ్వాల్సి ఉంటుంది టీబీ ఆర్డర్స్. మెయిల్ ఆఫీస్ ఈజ్ నాట్ లొకేటెడ్ ఇన్ ద సేమ్ బిల్డింగ్, అది కూడా కారణము చెప్పినట్టు. హ్యాస్ ద డిఫరెంట్ వర్కింగ్ అవర్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ఆర్ఓ. సపోజ్ ఆర్ఓ టైమింగ్స్ వేరు, నైట్ పూట పనిచేస్తుంది, ఆర్ఓ నైట్ పూట పనిచేయదు కదా, అప్పుడు కూడా ఇవ్వాల్సి ఉంటుంది. ఓన్లీ వన్ గార్డ్ ఫైల్ ఆఫ్ టీబీ ఆర్డర్ షుడ్ బి మెయింటైన్ ఫర్ ఆల్ సెట్స్ ఆఫ్ మెయిల్ ఆఫీస్ అండ్ ద గార్డ్ ఫైల్ షుడ్ రొటేట్ ఫ్రమ్ సెట్ టు సెట్ అనమాట. ఒకటే గార్డ్ ఫైల్ పెడతారు. ఇన్ కేస్ ఆఫ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ అండ్ బిగ్ మెయిల్ ఆఫీసర్స్, హెడ్ ఆఫ్ ద సర్కిల్ may order that a separate guard file of TB order should be maintained for each set of the mail office. అట్లా కూడా చేయొచ్చు అన్నమాట. అప్పుడు హెడ్ ఆఫ్ ది సర్కిల్ పర్మిషన్ తోటి సపరేట్ గార్డ్ ఫైల్ పెట్టచ్చు, లేకపోతే ఒకటే ఒక గార్డ్ ఫైల్ ఉంటుంది అనమాట. An index of TB orders should be maintained in the prescribed from form with each guard file in the record offices and mail offices concerned. Okay, now B orders and TB orders. B order should not be copied in the guidance book of the mail offices located in the same building. Same building lo unte avasaram ledu. This is important. If they are in the same building, they need not be guided. Why? Because they can be seen very much from the record office, as the sub record offices having the same hours and those of the sub record offices. That means if the mail offices are having same office timings and they are in the same location also, then guidance book B orders need not be copied in the guidance book. They can be very well shown from the original guidance book, original orders in the guard file to the sorting assistants అనమాట. ఎక్కడైతే సబ్ రికార్డ్ ఆఫీసు అదే మెయిల్ ఆఫీసు ఒకే లొకేషన్లో ఉండి వాళ్ళ టైమింగ్స్ వీళ్ళ టైమింగ్స్ సేమ్ అయితే గిన సపరేట్ గైడెన్స్ బుక్ అనేటువంటి దాంట్లో ఈ బి ఆర్డర్స్ని కాపీ చేయాల్సిన పని లేదు. అప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలన్నమాట, ఒరిజినల్ బి ఆర్డర్స్ రికార్డ్ ఆఫీస్లో ఉన్నవే ఆ సార్టింగ్ అసిస్టెంట్ని పిలిపించి చూపిస్తారు అంతే. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు నో మోర్ అబౌట్ ది ఏ ఆర్డర్స్, ప్లీజ్ చెక్ ద వీడియో ఇన్ ద ఐ బటన్ ఫర్ ది పోస్టల్ మాన్యువల్ వాల్యూమ్ 7 క్వశ్చన్ అండ్ ఆన్సర్స్ ఆర్ MCQs. మీ క్వశ్చన్ ఆన్సర్స్ కావాలంటే కనుక ఈ ఐ బటన్ ఒకటి పైన ఉంటుంది, దాన్ని క్లిక్ చేయండి. మీకు అవి క్వశ్చన్ ఆన్సర్స్ పోస్టల్ మాన్యువల్ వాల్యూమ్ 7 పోస్ట్ మ్యాన్కి సంబంధించినవి ఇవ్వటం జరిగింది. 45 క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉన్నాయి, MCQs, అవి కూడా చూడండి. డూ సబ్స్క్రైబ్ టు కెరీర్ పోస్ట్ ఫర్ గెటింగ్ ద లేటెస్ట్ వీడియో. Subscribe to Career Post for more marks and higher rankings.